Hi, my name is Greg Kopchak, and I'm here to talk to you about the idea of whether or not you should stay in your job or be self-employed and start your own business. Now, the first issue, of course, is job. Why do you want a job? Well, number one, it's job security, right? Paycheck every single week, that sort of thing, or maybe every 2 weeks, depending where you're at. And, when you're looking at it from another perspective, let's say, what's job stand for? Well, for some people, they say just over broke. You ever notice how when you're in a job, you never have enough money to do everything you need? And how they always take taxes and all the deductions, and then by the time they're done, there's nothing left for you. Well, that's why you stay in a job, so that you know there's a paycheck every single 2 weeks, you know you'll be able to pay your bills, and you don't want to risk anything, because one of the greatest fears that people have out there is the fear of poverty. Okay, and who wants to risk it all, right? That's why less than 5% of the people out there own businesses. And are you aware that over 90% of the wealth is controlled by 5% of the people? And why? Because they own businesses. Now, what's the advantage of owning a business as opposed to being employed in a job? Well, let's take a look at it this way. If you take a look at in a job, you get your income. Okay? Then first thing that happens is taxes are taken off. All right? Then you get your expenses. Okay? Fixed expenses, it's like hotel or rent or that sort of thing. And then whatever is left, you get to save. Okay? Well, so and for most people, that doesn't leave a heck of a lot. Have you ever noticed where a lot of times they say that people are only 2 or 3 paychecks away from bankruptcy? As a matter of fact, for most people out there, their debt load is about 120% of their disposable income. So that's essentially what you have left over after your expenses to live and your taxes are taken off. Well, what's the difference when you're self-employed or you own your own business? Well, the difference being you get your income, still the same, of course, okay? But then the difference is you can take that money and you can invest it right away for in various ventures. And of course, then you got stuff to spend on expenses, and then whatever is left, that's what you pay taxes on. Okay? Now, do you see the huge difference here between one and the other? Well, one difference is, of course, here is you're using pre-tax dollars to invest and buy things. Here, you're trying to use whatever you have left over. And there's usually not a heck of a lot to do it with. So there's a definite advantage to being self-employed or owning your own business, because the government gets their money last as opposed to here where they get the money first.